Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being truly well-informed. Today, we're plunging into a concept that's really transforming how businesses operate.
Yeah.
Agentic AI. We're talking about artificial intelligence, moving beyond just being a sophisticated tool, to becoming a true autonomous team member.
Yeah, a real collaborator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our source for this deep dive is a really comprehensive report from Capgemini. It gets right into the practicalities of agentic AI and, crucially, how humans and AI can truly work together.
Which is key.
And the potential here isn't just like incremental improvement. The report predicts up to $450 billion in economic value by 2028 just from AI agents. That's a significant shift.
It absolutely is. And this isn't just another tech update you need to be vaguely aware of. It feels like a fundamental redefinition of how enterprises are going to operate, how work actually gets done.
Right.
So for anyone looking to stay ahead, understanding this shift to agentic AI is foundational right now. It's about recognizing this new kind of intelligence that will increasingly be part of your workforce.
Okay, so let's unpack this for a moment then. We've all heard of AI assistants, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, that sort of thing. But what exactly are AI agents? What makes them fundamentally different?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It feels like it. So when we talk about AI agents, we're really entering a new kind of realm. These are autonomous programs or software. They're designed not just to respond to a prompt, but to actually make decisions and act independently to achieve a specific goal.
Right. Autonomously.
Yeah, they can break down complex tasks into smaller steps. They can sort of reason through potential solutions, try different approaches, and critically, they learn and adapt over time. Think of it like this, maybe. OpenAI's Operator. It can handle a range of repetitive browser tasks, filling out forms, ordering your groceries all on its own.
Okay.
Then you got Devin, which people are calling the AI software engineer. It can apparently write, debug, even deploy code with, minimal human input.
Yeah, quite impressive examples.
And then there's Manus, maybe a more general agent, capable of everything from building travel itineraries to analyzing documents or generating content, again, autonomously.
And that's the core distinction, you see. What you might think of as the typical AI or, generative AI assistants, the co-pilots, Geminis, the chatbots, they're incredibly powerful tools, no doubt.
Sure.
But they operate primarily as responsive tools. You give them a specific prompt, they handle a discrete subtask, and then, they wait for your next instruction.
Right.
AI agents, on the other hand, they proactively manage end-to-end processes. They really move beyond being just a tool. They become more like a genuine team member, capable of executing these multi-step goals with far less human intervention needed.
Okay.
And when we talk about agentic AI, we're really talking about the broader systems, the architectures that enable these agents to operate with that level of autonomy.
That makes perfect sense. So with that distinction clear, why now? Why are AI agents suddenly exploding onto the scene right now? What's fueling all this intense hype?
Good question. There are a few converging factors, I think.
A huge part of it seems to be the massive breakthrough we've seen in natural language processing, NLP, right?
Exactly.
That's profoundly expanded AI's ability to actually plan, collaborate, reason, and continuously improve on its own. The growth rate is, it's truly staggering.
It really is.
The report mentions the complexity of tasks where AI agents hit, 80% success has been doubling roughly every 213 days.
Doubling. That's exponential progress.
It is. And we're also witnessing the performance gap between AI and humans just shrinking rapidly across a surprising number of tasks. And this dynamic is clearly fueling this intense AI space race among the tech giants, Google, Microsoft, AWS, OpenAI, Salesforce, ServiceNow, SAP. They're all rushing to roll out their new agent platforms.
You can feel that race heating up.
Definitely. And the economics are shifting, too. The cost for inference, like running a system at the level of GPT 3.5, it apparently plummeted over 280-fold between late 2022 and late 2024.
280-fold. That's huge.
Plus, hardware efficiency is dramatically improving. It just makes these powerful systems far more accessible than they were even a year or two ago.
Right. Lower cost, better hardware, smarter models. It's kind of a perfect storm.
So given this rapid evolution, the question for every business leader becomes, okay, what's the ROI? What does this shift to agentic AI truly mean for the bottom line?
Yeah, the practical implications.
The report we're looking at projects, as I mentioned, up to $450 billion in economic value by 2028. That's across the surveyed countries, and it's split between revenue uplift and significant cost savings.
So both sides of the coin.
Both sides. And business leaders clearly feel this momentum. An astounding 93% believe that successfully scaling AI agents in the next 12 months will provide a decisive competitive edge.
93%, that's near consensus.
It really is. And we're already seeing concrete examples. A CIO at a U.S. consumer health organization reported a 10–12% productivity improvement. That basically saves 10 minutes per hour worked.
That adds up quickly.
It does. And the head of AI at Cox Communication saw a 30% or more improvement in their structured processes.
Okay, 30% is very significant.
So these agents, they drive value by making operations much smoother, faster cutting cycle time, boosting productivity, significantly improving accuracy. But they also drive growth, accelerating scientific innovation, enabling entirely new products, even providing 247 services.
And if we zoom out just a bit, it's worth noting that while these specific agentic AI estimates are substantial, they really fit into a much larger picture of AI's overall economic impact.
Right.
Goldman Sachs, for instance, predicts generative AI alone could drive maybe a 6.1% rise in U.S. GDP over the next decade. IDC forecasts all AI tech to influence roughly $1.9 trillion globally by 2028.
Wow.
So what's really clear from all these projections is a strong consensus on agentic AI's transformative and, frankly, undeniable impact. This isn't some niche technology, it's a fundamental economic driver.
That's a massive impact.
Right.
But are organizations actually putting these agents to work yet, or is it still mostly, theory and pilots? What does the adoption landscape look like on the ground?
Yeah, where are we really at?
The numbers show a remarkably fast pace of adoption, actually. 14% of organizations have already implemented AI agents, 12% partially, 2% at full scale.
Okay, so 14% already live.
Yeah. And another 23% are actively running pilot programs.
Yeah.
A significant 61% are exploring or preparing for deployment.
So the pipeline is full.
Exactly. This mirrors that rapid trajectory we saw with generative AI, showing something like a 3.5x leap in usage in just a year.
That's fast.
In the near term, we're seeing the most extensive adoption in areas like customer service, IT, and sales. But the plan is to expand into operations, R&D, and marketing over the next 3 years.
This brings up a really critical point, though. What level of autonomy are we actually seeing from these agents right now?
Good question. Is it all fully autonomous?
Not really, no. The report highlights that most AI agents currently operate at, let's say, lower levels of autonomy, primarily simple or semi-autonomous tools. For example, only about 15% of business processes are expected to reach level 3, which is semi-autonomous, up to level 5, fully autonomous, in the next 12 months.
Only 15%.
Right. And this is projected to grow to maybe 25% by 2028, but, and this is important, only 4% are expected to be fully autonomous by then.
Only 4% fully autonomous by 2028? That's lower than I might have guessed.
It is. So while many might assume AI agents have to be fully autonomous to create value, the reality is they're already delivering significant value across these varying levels of autonomy. They're constantly interacting with humans and systems, automating tasks iteratively. It's definitely not an all-or-nothing game.
That's fascinating. That value is being delivered even at these lower levels.
Yeah.
But if the potential is so clear, why aren't more organizations jumping in with full force? What are the biggest obstacles they're running into? Let's start with one that the report highlighted, which surprised me a bit: trust.
Ah, yes, trust. It's a big one.
The report reveals a pretty alarming trend, actually. Trust in fully autonomous AI agents is apparently declining.
Declining, really?
Yeah, only 27% of organizations trust them for enterprise applications. That's down significantly from 43% just 12 months ago.
Wow, that's a steep drop.
It is. The report suggests that maybe business reality is taking hold after the initial enthusiasm.
That makes sense. The honeymoon period is over.
Kind of. And what's more, 60% of organizations don't fully trust AI agents for autonomous tasks, which is, interestingly, similar to public trust levels in self-driving vehicles.
That comparison feels apt. It's crucial to understand why that trust is declining, though. It's often this collision of initial high expectations with the complexities of real-world deployment.
Okay.
Ethical concerns like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the infamous AI black box, the inability to understand exactly how these systems make their decisions, they all play a huge role.
Right, the explainability issue.
Exactly. As Dr. Walter Sun from SAP put it, trust is a major hurdle. Businesses need confidence before granting any level of autonomy. And Sergey Patsko at Capgemini adds that building trust requires more than just accuracy. It demands transparency, safeguards against unintended consequences, and real clarity on human oversight.
Right.
We've even seen real-world examples like Uber drivers apparently expressing distrust towards AI agents making critical decisions like deactivation. They feel powerless against these algorithmic choices. That's that business reality taking hold.
So beyond this inherent challenge of trust, what else is holding organizations back from diving deeper?
Well, several things come up.
The report highlights a significant knowledge gap. Only about half of organizations claim they have sufficient knowledge of what AI agents can actually do.
Only half.
Yeah. And even fewer can precisely articulate where agents truly outperform traditional AI or other automation methods.
So there's a learning curve.
Definitely a learning curve. Then there's technology readiness. This seems huge. When it comes to data readiness, fewer than 1 in 5 organizations report high maturity in any aspect, whether it's integration, quality, governance.
Wow, fewer than 1 in 5 on data. That's foundational.
It is. And for AI infrastructure maturity, over 80% lack mature infrastructure for things like computing power, integration, orchestration, fine-tuning, and importantly, robust cybersecurity.
This really underscores that idea that a strong foundation is just non-negotiable, doesn't it? Frank Gregory at Capgemini puts it very bluntly. If your data isn't ready for AI, your business isn't ready for AI.
Simple as that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It highlights all that extensive, often unglamorous foundational work many organizations still need to tackle before they can truly unlock the full potential of agentic AI.
Makes sense. And what about the human element in all of this? How are employees reacting to this shift towards, autonomous agents becoming potential team members?
Yeah, the people side is critical.
The report indicates significant workforce anxiety. 61% of organizations report rising employee anxiety about AI agents impacting their jobs.
Over 60%, that's high.
And over half believe AI agents will ultimately displace more jobs than they create.
So the fear is real.
It seems so.
Yeah.
And we've seen some high-profile stories, right, like Klarna initially reducing customer service jobs with AI, only to apparently bring human employees back later due to unforeseen issues.
Right. That highlights the complexity. It's not always a simple replacement.
Exactly. It really emphasizes how crucial it is to get that human-agent collaboration right from the start, rather than just viewing AI as a pure replacement tool.
Absolutely. You need to design for that collaboration.
So with all these challenges, declining trust, knowledge gaps, tech readiness, workforce anxiety, how can organizations move beyond the hype? How do they actually capture this agentic AI opportunity? The Capgemini report does lay out a roadmap.
It does. And the way the report frames this roadmap is really key, I think. It talks about shifting from isolated innovation to enterprise orchestration.
Okay, orchestration.
And moving from just treating AI agents as a productivity tool to fundamentally rethinking workflows entirely. It's about a holistic transformation across the whole organization.
Right, not just bolting it on. Let's start with rethinking processes and business models. The report says organizations must redesign processes with AI at their core, moving from just incremental automation to a deliberate orchestration of AI agents, Gen AI models, traditional AI.
The whole toolkit.
The whole toolkit. This means using a structured framework to select the right mix of AI, considering things like task volume, decision type, data quality, process stability.
Being strategic about deployment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it also means designing for seamless interoperability and orchestration through things like modular architectures. The report mentions protocols like Agent-to-Agent or A2A and Model Context Protocol, MCP.
Ah, the protocols. Tell us a bit more about those.
Well, think of them as like the diplomatic language that allows different AI agents that may be built by different vendors for different tasks to actually understand each other's intent and share context effectively.
So they can actually work together, not just side by side.
Precisely, because a key promise here is truly interconnected tools, not just more silos. And this shift, this orchestration, it really opens the door for business model innovation.
How so?
Well, AI agents can accelerate innovation cycles. They can create entirely new revenue streams, though the report notes only 26% of executives fully recognize this potential. Yeah.
Interesting gap there.
Yeah. And they can hyper-personalize services on a scale that just wasn't possible before.
Okay, so fundamentally new ways of operating.
Exactly. Next up, transforming the workforce and organizational structure. This isn't just about adding tools. It's about fundamentally treating AI agents as, well, team members.
A significant mindset shift.
Huge. A notable 70% of organizations believe AI agents will necessitate organizational restructuring.
70% expect restructuring. That's major.
It is. This includes clearly defining formal roles and responsibilities for the AI agents themselves, maybe as research agents or workflow coordinators, and, in turn, redefining human roles, shifting focus to higher value tasks, creating new roles like AI agent supervisors.
This leads us to think about how organizations need to structure themselves for this new reality. The report discusses this emerging diamond model of organizational structure.
The diamond model.
Yeah, and the critical need for new leadership styles. Leaders who view AI agents as intelligence resources, managed almost like human resources in some ways.
Interesting parallel.
And this also mandates a huge focus on reskilling and upskilling. Currently, only 28% of organizations feel confident they can extract the full potential of AI agents.
Only 28%. That's low confidence.
It is. Critical skills range from data management and decision-making, the hard skills, to collaboration, logical reasoning, emotional intelligence, ethical judgment, the crucial soft skills.
Right.
The report even predicts AI literacy will be the most sought-after skill in 2025.
AI literacy. Makes sense.
And finally, this hybrid workforce, it's going to demand new performance metrics. Metrics for hybrid performance that consider joint productivity, how you evaluate the AI agent's contribution, and how effectively humans and agents actually collaborate.
Measuring the team, not just the individuals.
Exactly.
Okay, and what about striking that right balance between autonomy and human involvement? You mentioned earlier it's not all or nothing.
Precisely. Autonomy is a spectrum. It's not binary. Organizations really need to categorize decisions based on their risk level, reversibility, ethical nature, the need for creativity, the overall breadth of impact.
Lots of factors.
Lots of factors, yes. To determine the appropriate level of autonomy for each type of task or decision, human oversight remains absolutely crucial. 69% of organizations cite it as a key risk mitigation strategy.
Nearly 70%.
Yeah, and it's essential that human override capabilities are frictionless, easy to use, and clearly communicated, ensuring humans maintain control when needed.
Right, the human in the loop needs to be effective.
Or human over the loop in some cases.
Good point. And we have the absolutely foundational pieces, strengthening data and technological foundations. We touched on this, but it's worth reiterating.
Absolutely critical.
Building that robust data foundation, standardized governance, strict validation, ensuring data is truly AI-ready, implementing modern data architectures like vector databases for context, real-time data pipelines so agents have fresh info.
Getting the data house in order.
Completely. And upgrading the technology infrastructure, ensuring sufficient computing power, GPUs, TPUs, low latency networks, true interoperability across different platforms.
It's a big investment.
It is. And organizations also have to wisely make that build versus buy decision for AI agents, right? Carefully weighing factors like ease of integration, potential vendor lock-in, customization needs, and long-term cost control.
That's a strategic choice with big consequences.
Definitely. Finally, and this ties back to trust, ensuring AI agents operate within a defined scope and remain traceable and explainable.
Crucial for rebuilding that trust.
It involves establishing clear goal alignment for the agents, continuous feedback loops, and it heavily emphasizes observability, making the agent's decisions and actions visible, essentially pulling back the curtain on that black box nature of advanced AI.
So transparency in action.
Yeah, things like robust observability frameworks with action logs, reasoning chains, maybe even third-party audits, all designed to build and maintain trust in these powerful systems.
Which leads us to arguably one of the most pressing considerations. How do we meaningfully develop and integrate ethical AI into something so technically complex?
The ethics piece.
Yeah. The report highlights a pretty glaring gap here. Only 14% of organizations have fully integrated ethical AI principles into their operations.
Only 14%. That feels low.
It is low. The path forward involves, first, a robust risk assessment framework, but critically, it means embedding ethical reasoning directly into the AI agent design.
Embedding ethics, how does that work?
Well, allowing agents to actually flag ethical dilemmas for human review rather than just acting blindly based on potentially flawed data or objectives.
Interesting. So the agent itself has some ethical awareness.
Or at least the capability to recognize a potential issue. Agent decision-making must be traceable and auditable, as you said. Organizations should also consider layered governance, maybe even specialized guardian agents that review high-stakes decisions made by other agents.
Guardian agents, wow.
And just as vital is training the human workers for ethical fluency. appointing AI ethicists with diverse backgrounds to embed that ethical oversight from various perspectives. Dr. Suraj Srinivasan at Harvard Business School states, ethics can no longer be managed by exception. They must be embedded into the system from the start.
Not an afterthought.
Absolutely not. It has to be a core design principle.
So as we've explored all this, it's clear the rise of agentic AI isn't just another tech update. It really feels like a fundamental shift in how value is created and captured across industries. It promises, unprecedented levels of productivity and innovation, but it also demands this profound rethinking of our organizations and, frankly, our own roles within them.
And what's particularly insightful from the report, I think, is that the real winners in this next wave won't simply be the ones who deploy the most AI tools.
Right.
They will be the organizations that fundamentally rethink their business models, reimagine workflows from the ground up, diligently reskill their workforces, strategically restructure their organizations, and, crucially, embed those ethical safeguards right from the very beginning.
It's a holistic approach.
Exactly. It's about a shift from isolated innovation to truly enterprise-wide orchestration, and from siloed experimentation to an integrated ethical ecosystem.
So as you, our listener, consider the future of work and your own role in it, maybe think about this. In a world where AI agents can accomplish increasingly complex tasks, autonomously learning, reasoning, acting, what does it truly mean to lead?
Yeah, what's the human role?
Perhaps the most valuable human contributions might just be our unique ability to define purpose, to navigate that profound ambiguity these systems struggle with, and to infuse these incredibly powerful systems with the very ethics and foresight they lack intrinsically. It poses a fascinating question for all of us.